Okay, I thought I'd talk a little bit about some of the research I'd done. Um, Domestic Violence Month is almost over with. And I did go through the court system to see what it felt like to be in a situation like that and hope that some paperwork helps, as in, like, maybe somebody else can kind of have my back in this situation. Um, I don't think it made me feel any safer, to be honest. I have done my research. I have seen some interesting things on the internet about girls that get beat up by cops and stuff like that, and it really freaked me out. So I used to be a waitress. For 7 years I was a waitress, and I was like always waiting on these people. And they weren't the most respectful people. I think some people believe in slavery. I think some men want to get married because they want a maid or a servant of some kind in many ways. So I never got married, and recently I just got myself a little ring, as in nobody's ever going to know me enough to want to like buy me a ring like this. Um, I don't like gold. So somebody that knows me, that cares about me, would know that I don't like gold. I've seen, ever since I was 4, I've seen some ugliness in marriages that I wanted nothing to do with my whole life. Dating was always tricky. Um, so anyways, I've seen violence in many forms, and I don't rely on somebody that signs up to be a bully. Uh, Anybody in that situation, no, I would not expect them to protect me. So even when, like, going through the whole court system and going through like paperwork and all that crap, I honestly was like, this seems stupid. These people don't obey that crap to begin with, or else this wouldn't happen. I had bruises on me. I've been talked down to in the worst way. And uh, I think if you backtrack to what women go through, when you're with somebody that makes you feel like crap all the time, and it's hard to get away from it, you lose your self-esteem, and you honestly like lose um your drive in life, I want to say. So for me, I used to be like really good at school, and I loved school, and I wanted to be something other than a waitress, you know? And it was hard for me because a lot of men believe that you should cater to them. Um, I went to an art school, and these women were naked, and I had to draw them, and it bothered me. I just thought, this is all we're good for, isn't it? Like, you're either naked or you're bringing them food. So I definitely got very depressed. Like, God, what is my place in this world? I really got like very spiritual about it. Like, this is all you see me as, isn't it? Um, it's really depressing. So I had some mental health issues over it. Am I delusional? No. Do I believe in fairy tales and Cinderella and that stuff actually works out? No, I don't. I do believe in defending yourself if you can, running away. Um, I'm pretty good at getting out of these situations. I would leave if somebody was violent towards me. I would just get as far away from them as possible. I don't trust the system, or else I wouldn't see so many women going through it. I've never seen that work out, honestly. So when it was suggested to me, I was like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to make sense. Stand up for yourself. Like, no, 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 no. Get real. No. So, anyways, that was recommended to me by a female officer who obviously didn't know what she was doing, and it irritates me. Um, you're dealing with men that are entitled to whatever they want. So I don't know why you think you can stand up to them like that. This is all I've ever known. I've seen my mom get arrested for protecting me. You know. Anyways, moving on. I'm still dealing with the same thing. When I was out in public a lot, being, how do I explain it? Doing whatever people want me to do to make a living. More like I'll be nice to you, but honestly, I wish you would get the fuck away from me. I have a weird resume. It looks like, I have my shit together or something, but to be honest, like, I dealt with some crap I should never had to deal with, and people I never should have had to deal with. And what's funny to me is I really look at a big picture. If I was one of those people that worked in the Capitol the day it was rioted, I wouldn't fight back. I would leave. People like that don't change their minds. They're very entitled. They want what they want. And the funny thing is, it happened on my birthday, and I'm never going to forget it because it is like this weird, like 9/11, like somebody that's that crazy that thinks, this is mine and you need to get out. That kind of attitude from people, it happens all over the world, just people that feel like they own places, property, people. They don't change, and anybody can be that way. Any nationality can be that way. So I wouldn't think. I had to do research after therapy and everything. I had to do research about cults and extremist groups and people that take things too far. So I researched the Black Panthers and what happened to Patty Hearst, as well as Alex Rackley. And these people did not, end up too well. If you look into what happened to them, one didn't survive because he called the police on the organization, and he also got tortured. So I had to look at the kind of people I was around and the kind of people that I don't want to ever be around ever again, knowing that sometimes the law protects people like that if there's money involved or whatever. I don't know how true that is. I honestly don't know. It could be. But I think people who violently shove their way into your life, they're not going to stop. They do it and they don't stop. They've got issues. Mentally, they have tunnel vision, and they will do anything to make sure that you're not happy, and they are. Whatever makes them happy, you'll never know, because with a narcissist, nothing makes them happy. Absolutely nothing. Anyways, I've been dealing with this for years. I've been around some weird people and just kept moving on. All I said was, when I talked to domestic violence advocates, I don't want to end up like Shanann Watts. Her husband looked pretty normal, but he killed her and her kids. So realistically, if you're in a situation like that and paperwork makes no difference at all, get away from the person who's violent. If they're abusing you mentally, calling you crazy, putting you down, saying you need to do this and that and this and that, like they own you, like a slave, this is a bad person. They're not going to change, and sometimes they tend to be murderers. So for me, locking them out or defending yourself physically does help. I've moved all over the country because I'm used to this. I've dealt with violent people before, people that do think they have a right to your life, have a right to tell you what to do, how to put you down, take your money from you, take everything away from you. Like, you need to be working for me. I don't know if you've ever heard the song Work Bitch by Britney Spears, but these people think they don't have to. They get everybody else working on their behalf. With people like that, they don't change. You cannot fight with them. You cannot like they will not come to their senses. This is the way they are, and if people believe have honestly like that sense of entitlement that everybody else is supposed to be working for them and building up their little empire like a pyramid, it comes crashing down when all the people tend to move away and run away and get away. And they don't like it. Or they don't have anybody. So if you're one of those little tiny people, you'd be surprised how well it works out for you if other people agree with it and things come crashing down. And for me, a narcissist is a narcissist. So you never know. It's frustrating and it is depressing. It can bring you down and make you feel worthless. But you're not worthless. You do matter. And somebody else will see you as a person and not think that you should be their bitch. You know I'm not the only person going through this when it comes to, I have this book, How to Get Away from, hold on. Watch out, cutie pie. All right. The Challenge to Heal. It's the name of the workbook. Work out and release trauma resulting from mind control, manipulation, exploitation, ostracism or abuse, and high control situations. So if you look at a case, like there's two cases I could say. One didn't work out good, the other one did. Whitney Houston died because of all the people that sucked her down, spent her money, got her on drugs, and took advantage of her completely. She died over it, and so did her daughter. Another one would be Britney Spears, where everybody's like living off of her stardom or whatever, her abilities, and somehow she got out of it. I don't know, but it's one like a rare situation. If you're aware of what people do to you, you can kind of learn. And it is sad. It's depressing that somebody would use you for a long time, abuse you mentally, take advantage of you, try to take what makes you happy, and then say you're crazy, like Marilyn Monroe type of shit. She always had a live-in, somebody always monitoring her. Yeah. So anyways, I lost a lot of friends over the years, and I didn't feel bad about it at all. I was like, you didn't like me to begin with, and you probably talk shit behind my back. So dealing with how big the situation is and how I've seen some of the worst cases of people, I think you do have a choice. Like, you really have to look at, I look at like the Capitol riot. Those people felt entitled to what was theirs and weren't going to stop. People died, cops died, average people who joined in died, and some people got sucked into it because they were brainwashed, and got jail time. So you really got to look at all of that as the same thing as like hypnotism and mind control. And like, can you imagine being in that crowd with those people as blah 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 blah, and just really mob mentality. For domestic violence, it's similar, because somebody fucks up your head, literally. Like, they really fuck up your head. And it could be with gangs, or, we're your friend. Yeah, right. It could be coworkers. What do you think happens with the mob? These people are family. It could be your religion. Surprisingly, you could think we have all the answers. We're the good guy. That's the bad guy. That black and white thinking is not a good thing. When you look at how big the world is, and some people really do have that like mentality of that's a bad guy, and they have tunnel vision and they zero in on somebody and do what they can to get rid of them. So for me, the first situation I had was a domestic violence. I was only 15 years old. Statutory rape, you know, bad things going on, drugs, whatever, things I should have never been into. And I can be honest about it. I have nothing to hide. I'm not the criminal here. I'm not a predator. You know, I was preyed upon. So it's the opposite situation. Somebody like that preys on a kid, not good. But it's continued throughout my life, and I've had to defend myself. For the next time, I had a dog, and this guy did not want to leave. So my dog scared him away, and it helped. Cops have told me to get a baseball bat, get a gun. I'll make my own decisions. I have my own belief system. I don't want to hurt anybody if I don't have to. I will defend myself. But I've been robbed. I've had a gun in my face. You know, I've been in some shitty situations, and it's really nobody's business. If you're not going to listen to me about what I've been through and you're just like going to act like you're more important than me, I'm not going to tell you anything. So if you're not aware of the entire world, as in you're not the only person here, and there are people sneaking around the corner looking at everything you do as predators, even like I knew that as a kid. I always felt it. I had a sense like, man, that's a bad guy, you know, 12 years old. Like, why is he here? As an adult, I'm more of that too. Like, watch out for them drug dealers, watch out for them pimps, watch out for whoever. It's a big world. And I recommend looking into domestic violence as somebody does get you in a niche, and then they have expectations of you, sexually pleasing them, dressing for them, cooking for them, cleaning for them, making them laugh, you know, and always being available to them and having no friends, no work, no social life, no education at all. You know, for me, I've never been married, and I did buy myself a ring, as in I care about me. Nobody's ever going to know this is how much this cost, or how much I matter. I matter. You won't find me doing your dishes. I'm not your maid. You won't find me prostituting myself. You know, I'm not for sale. Sorry. So, I'm also going to be honest, since so many people were so quick to talk shit. When it comes to things like the Capitol riot, whatever happens to you, I don't feel sorry for you, because what goes around comes around. Maybe you think that nobody's watching. Maybe you think that you're too important. Maybe you're a celebrity. Maybe you're too cool. You're amazing. Clearly, somebody's always watching. You'd be surprised. So in my situation, I am alive today for a reason. I am relatively safe for the most part. I've been in some worse situations than this. You have no idea. So for me, if the same thing happened to you, I don't feel sorry for you at all. And I don't think you can handle it as well as I did. So when it comes down to it, sorry, I'm not sorry. That's all. Sayonara.